child's parents, Don Wells and Candace Bly, are not cooperating.
I always knew that something was going to happen to someone.
We had such a great love for each other.
I think she knew something too.
Not cooperating.
I have 7 alibis.
Finder and
Candace ain't got none. She's going down.
What about this other person you mentioned, Tish? What's her name?
Her daughter's name was Trish, and the last time I seen her, she was just a little girl.
Oh yeah, he always was making me sit on his lap all the time, and my grandpa, he would get out of prison, and my grandpa would make me hug him, and at some point, I finally, I guess, was old enough to have my own voice, and I started saying no, and you know, I don't think that it went any further than him just touching me over the clothes or anything, because thankfully my mom was always there.
This is an incident that happened July 20th, 2006. You see it. He got arrested for burglary. On July 20th, 2006, at 12:39 a.m., we were checking 2 juveniles in the area on trail dust and broils. They drew our attention to a suspicious male in the driveway. I then observed a white male, later identified as Donald Wells. When Wells observed us pointing to his location, he walked to the front of the van, which was facing the garage, and crouched down behind it out of sight. Due to Wells's demeanor and the fact that he kept sticking his hands into his pockets, Officer Lindaberry obtained consent to search Wells's pockets. During the consent search, Lindaberry located a pair of red panties in Wells' right front pants pocket. Wells initially advised that the panties were from his wife, who resides at the West End, but then corrected himself, stating that they were his girlfriends. During the interviews, Wells admitted that he had entered the garage and took the panties from the laundry room. He said he was going to use the panties to, and there is the word, people. I'm not even going to say that word. He was going to use the panties to, at a later time. He also advised that she had a ride home the night before and found Wells prowling around her residence. Wells prowling around the residence. Beatty said that she told Wells that she wanted him to leave her property and did not come back. Beatty said that she did not know he was outside and that he did not have permission to be on the property.
He was always, you know, cruel to animals and stuff when we were growing up. He used to take firecrackers and tie them to our little poodle's tail and light them.
These dogs don't mean shit. They're stupid as fuck. They're lucky I don't. Never mind.
And then also, you know, there was one time that I caught him in the bedroom with her, you know, which was not a good situation.
Man, these dogs are so stupid. They don't know when to bark, and they don't know shit. And they sure as hell ain't gonna fight off nobody. They're gonna run like little bitch ass dogs, like they are.
How these dogs like up there? Like what were they doing?
Well, I do know that they must have kicked one and the butt fell out or something.
The butt fell out?
Something like that. But I think they kicked them and threw them over the some embankment.
You have to understand, they're stupid as fuck.
They also had a cat, and they wanted to cut the leg off of a cat that got chewed up by one of the dogs, the one that got killed.
They're lucky I don't. Never mind.
I confided in
I think I was about 7 or 8. Was 3 years older than me, I believe. But I did talk to her about what was going on with him. Or not. She told me that he did the same thing to her and that he couldn't help it. I said, well, let's go tell. I want to tell. And, because I had somebody there that was going through it. And she said, no. She said, if we tell, Kelly will beat the crap out of him.
Which was his stepdad.
And, I was so excited, but then so let down at the same time. And I asked her, I said, well, why does he do it? And she said, well, he can't help it. It's not his fault. He can't help it.
And here we are today now with a case file put together, and there were a total of 7 women that came forward from the initial Jeannie and Mary. So 5 more women. And there are more, right, Mary? I mean, we're not talking about, just...
Yeah,
we know there are more.
Yeah, there's others within our family that I have personally talked to, and they won't come forward. I don't know if they're scared or they just don't want any of the, anything to do with that. But there's like 3 other family members that I've talked to personally that they will not come forward. But they told me personally that they were used by Donnie.
My poor daughter's been raped several times by people. My daughter was raped by my first wife's son. As soon as she turned 18, he raped her on her 18th birthday. But she didn't go crying. She don't go crying and for all attention and blah, blah, blah. She dealt with it. I got to give my daughter props on that.